Nonprofits have to think differently and work in new ways. They're getting tremendous amount of pressure from new sources, and so they can use lean innovation to be more competitive, to have the impact that they're hoping to have. In the nonprofit world, we fall in love with our solutions, and we can implement our solutions and then find out that it actually doesn't work with the constituents that we're trying to serve. So the entrepreneurial spirit for the nonprofit is, hey, can I go out and create new value for this constituent that our organization is here to serve?
In the social impact sector, we're very, very busy, implementing a lot of things, doing a lot of programming. But how well is that really working? How much are we really moving the ball forward towards our mission, towards the impact we want to achieve? A lot of times people think of lean as being frugal, as being cheap, and lean is really about removing the waste from the planning process.
The funding is so limited that any sort of waste around the funding is really detrimental. Being able to use lean innovation to reduce that waste and to make sure that the value you're adding in the world has an even higher impact.
It is so valuable, but it's so hard in the nonprofit world to say, I'm going to spend this amount of my tight budget, not on program, on a new way of thinking. We were here for 2.5 days, and we've identified a whole new way to recruit our biggest customer, who is our volunteer. So what we've been doing for 50 years, we turned it on its head in 2.5 days, and we know it will work because we experimented with it. What more could you ask for?
Lean innovation is the combination of design thinking and lean startup principles. Design thinking really being focused on developing deep customer empathy and designing solutions around your customer's greatest needs, wants, and pain. Lean startup is all about pulling apart all the assumptions built into a potential solution and putting that solution to the test with quick experiments.
This process is going to become part of the way we do business. It'll be used across the whole organizational culture in every aspect of decision making that we do. We have a good idea of what we think our customers need or what would be helpful in their lives. So we make these assumptions that this is something they need. So this event and going through this workshop showed us that we need to look more at the customer and figure out what is it that the customer sees their own need as.
In our work, we focus on the 3 E's. We focus on empathy, experiments, and evidence. And we teach those 3 E's with coaching through boot camps and long-term engagements with organizations.
The goal of our boot camps and everything we do is about helping organizations change the way they work, transform their culture to move faster, act bolder, and make decisions based on evidence instead of assumptions.
It was compressed time but large impact. Nonprofits struggle with their time. Most of our directors and our management team, 10 hours is kind of normal, 12-hour day. Finding time to do it is hard. This has made it compressed, where 2.5 days to find a solution that you've been working on for so long is an amazing concept.
Nonprofits that go through this experience versus nonprofits that don't have a distinct competitive edge. There are scarce resources, new nonprofits being born every day, and a huge emergence of social enterprise organizations. This time is now. I don't know any other time that I have seen the nonprofit sector need to be focused on the future. It just changes the way that nonprofits exist and do business. And that's why we're most excited about this, because we know that when an organization makes these changes, the community benefits.